we have that for reference. I am going to just try to put in a quick summary of the night's events every Monday evening so that we all have that for reference on the wiki. And that's really something I should have been doing from the beginning. I will be doing this anyway, but if anyone would mind assisting doing that every week, I'm sure will very rapidly go down on my things that to-do list. So I wouldn't mind a rotating schedule, but I will also just do it myself. So.
All right. Good.
Okay. So, picking up where we left off last time, your party did split up to go in different directions in order to prepare all the resources at your disposal to take on the impending invasion of the shogunate to crush your rebellion utterly and finally.
Like a rock to a bug. Or I guess a boot to a bug.
What?
Yeah.
Both of those things are successful bug squishers.
It's
I think
true.
ours valid, yeah.
But a boot feels more evil than a rock.
Does feel pretty evil.
The shogunate is sending the paper tissue to the bug.
He dampened it first to make sure he could really just kind of get a good grip on that bug when he squished it.
That sick bastard.
He is going to take the glass and piece of paper to your rebellion and put the bug in the glass and then scoop it and put it outside.
Well, that's nice.
He's really scared, but he's going to be really brave about it when he does that.
Exactly. Anyway, as the raid fleet, and raid I mean the spray, is impending to make landfall on Tsurugu potentially at any time.
Anytime.
Halina and Kasumi, as well as their two far less useful significant others.
Oh,
wow.
they're useful.
They are, but I mean, I'm being objective.
Far less, kind of harsh.
Sailed northward on the sky skiff to seek out the aid of the daimyo of Hango, as well as other errands, one of which was an improvised one, when they discovered a forest fire in just northwest of Maizuna, no doubt the work of the Burning Wrath, who had destroyed one of Tsurugu's lumber yards, has set alight the trees there. Working together, Tatsu and Kasumi were able to, however, extinguish the raging inferno through a great expenditure of their own personal energy. However, the potential disaster was thus contained and resolved before it became too terrible to take on adequately without a major response from your full government. You then continued sailing north, flying along until you came upon Shugo, where they were having a strange new celebration, apparently establishing a new Polonian celebration of the Dumpling Lady's dumpling wares. Thereupon, you were feted as important VIPs after landing to see what was going on, and you enjoyed some dumplings, and Pascal rather lost himself in the revelry and ended up embarrassing a lot of people at arm wrestling and eating far too many dumplings. You then piled back onto the skyscape before things got out of hand and continued north slightly further to the underground workshop of Agamentai, where you delivered Pizitnit, the Skitterkin priestess of Absissa, into his caring and loving arms. Upon interaction with him, you also attempted to interrogate him regarding certain noises that you indeed heard as the entire valley in which his workshop was situated seemed to hum from beneath the ground. However, the inscrutable machine man was utterly mute upon these queries, and eventually you resolved to make your way away. And you are now thus continuing the final leg of your journey towards Hongo as the quite a bit later in the day than you were hoping, as the sun is getting a little droopy in the sky as you make your way to the northernmost island in the archipelago of the Broken Coast. Sada, meanwhile, went and interacted with Sir Benning, the new head of the Longthorn Lancers, and after a brief discussion, eventually was able to secure his assistance in the upcoming battle, after which he insisted that he would have to leave
Yes.
along with the Longthorn Lancers themselves. Then Sada went and to find a way up to the city of Amberyllion, the elven city that is above your own capital of Hyapa, and in order to do so, help resolve a dispute between an elven merchant and one of Hyapa's own. In return, the elven merchant agreed to allow Sada passage upon his own sky skiff, which currently ascends into the sky towards Hyaba itself. Last but not least, Akio and his troop,
His
after
gang,
being
his crew.
given a command by Sada to try and recruit the goblins that you found to be non-murderous in the northwest part of the island, on your side, has, well, they've stolen a sky skiff from the elves and are now rocketing towards it gleefully, and will definitely have no long-term consequences.
Clearly not.
Right. So, who would like to begin? Do we begin with Kasumi and Pao, or with Sada?
I think we should begin with Akio.
Yeah, I want to know more about. Oh wait, no, Noob's not here. Shit. I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Otherwise,
I-
I'd vote for Kasumi and Pao.
Okay.
Because I'm
Oh.
lazy.
Okay.
Good thing we're not, right?
A couple of go-getters, that Pao and Kasumi.
Mhm.
Kasumi
Alright.
definitely is not guilty of the sin of sloth.
So, Pao and Kasumi, you fly across waters for a fair amount of time. The sun slowly getting closer and closer to the western horizon. just as it is now, actually. So by the time that you see Hango, the beginning of the twilight hours is upon you. Maybe getting close to about dinner time or so. And so you fly your sky skiff down closer to the Hangese capital, which sits in its little coastal inlet, the city of wood and stone, beginning to just be quiet down as the evening begins to build. People start heading inside, start setting up their own end of the day activities. So you land in Shiraoi, city of the bear. You alight. You alight at the docks. Your sky skiff hovering just above the surface of the water, and are able to step off as you are approached by a few guards. One of which you recognize. It is Itakshir, the captain of the dock guard himself, and who is incidentally gotten some newer armor. He looks a little bit more spiffy, a little bit more important. It's a little bit more ornate, and he has a helmet now that is worked metal to be sort of like a bear-like head on his head. He approaches you and goes, "Ah, I recognize you and that ship. I see that you did not bring Lady Sada with you, but welcome, my ladies and lord, to Hongo."
I apologize. Have you not met Tatsu or Pascal?
I believe I met Pascal.
Okay, well, this is Tatsu. He is I guess you could say he's the head chef of our kingdom. Not really an official position, but he is quite good at what he does. Um, he came along to help me put out a forest fire.
Atsu is sort of looking at you flatly as you describe him thus, but it doesn't say anything.
Well, it's accurate.
Didn't mention your marital status at all. Oh,
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
of course
At which
we're
point
married.
Tatsu looks
Oh.
back at
Oh.
Itakshir and goes, "And this is Kasumi, my ex-girlfriend."
I just
Yeah.
gassed you up. Like I just talked about how you're an important person, and
Yeah,
you
and the
know
head chef, chief
Ex
cook,
girlfriend
and
because she's now the wife.
you helped me put out a forest fire. You're like a hero.
All right, all
For
right, all right. We're kind of on a tight schedule here.
yes,
Apologies for the late hour.
No.
But, time is of the essence potentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Do you need to see the Senor?
yes, we would
Indeed.
request audience with him immediately if possible.
With our apologies. Yeah.
Right, follow me. We'll take you to the castle, and hopefully we can get you in there. I'm sure he'll be able to make time for you. But yes, please follow me.
Like your new armor, by the way. You get a promotion or?
Yes, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
the daimyo was looking for potential expedition leaders in case he needed to release soldiers from Hango to assist you. So I've been placed in charge.
I see.
And with that, he begins leading you through the city and towards the large castle that sits at the far northern end of it. You walk through the city streets, some people taking notice of you, actually plenty of people taking notice of you. You're a fairly unusual group. That and you have an escort of guards walking you through the city. Make a perception check.
Oh dear. Okay.
Ominous. How about the old character sheet, if you will?
Yeah, you could say I'm pretty perceptive.
I'd say so, yes. Paulina, you pick up occasionally that not all of the looks that you're getting are of mere curiosity. Some of it is displeasure or dislike.
Wow, how strong is that? Okay.
Pretty strong, and certainly, like, you were here before. You got the looks of like, oh, who's that? Oh, what's an unusual group of people? How interesting. Okay, back to what I was doing. And you're still getting that, but now you're actually getting looks of recognition on occasion, and some of those looks are definitely a negative one.
Damn, I guess these people were pro vampire.
Yeah, pro Foggy Mountains. What's up? Is there been any news? We've unfortunately been literally underground, but also had our sort of heads buried in
I see.
what we've got going on. Yeah.
Itachi looks around and sort of picks up on what you're getting at and goes, the news that we are potentially being dragged into a conflict in the south has not been met with universal approval.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are not entirely willing to let your help with the blood tigers and the reclaiming our fortresses guide their thoughts regarding your worthiness as allies.
Yeah, it's understandable. No one should feel pleasure at the news of war, but yeah.
It
And
won't
what
be a
is it
problem.
good for?
Absolutely nothing, I would say.
I don't know, keeps me employed. And he continues to lead you on, and eventually into the castle itself, where you're set up in a little side room. They close the door, ask you to wait here. Eventually, a servant, comes in, a small woman, sort of with a crooked back and a very, very short gait, unsteady gait. And she comes in with a tea set that you can hear shaking on the tea tray, but she still manages to get it on the table in front of you without spilling anything, and then shuffle her way out, leaving you alone.
Fantastic.
Atsu pipes up. So, what if these people don't like us? What if the daimyo decides to I don't know, set off the trap in this room that causes the ceiling to come down and squish us or whatever?
I mean, that won't happen. I do have confidence in that. The Daimyo is a pretty honorable guy.
Also, that seems like a lot of work to set up. You know, a lot of renovations to make a squishing ceiling, I think.
I mean, isn't that like a classical thing that people find in adventures, though? The old
Oh.
squishy ceiling?
Yeah, but not in somebody's like tea room. Generally, I think it's more like a dungeon sort of vibe. If anything, like the doors will open and archers will shoot us or something.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah, I could catch those, so it's not really a big deal.
Pal could catch
Cool.
exactly one.
Yeah, I don't tell him that though.
Cool. From the way Tatsu reacts to that, you think, Kalina, that perhaps he might know that you can only catch one.
How would he know that? Come on.
Well, he has been with you before on adventure-y things.
Suppose so.
But I suppose he might not know that specifically. So, you wait there for a few minutes. Pascal asks if anyone wants tea. Anybody? Nobody's gonna touch it.
Yeah, not particularly. Talking about the squishing ceiling and the arrows is sort of, not that they would do something as dishonorable as,
Poisoning the tea.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. It's cool. It's just I've just sort of been put off
I mean,
by that.
we're pretty resistant to poison.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we're immune.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really feeling a tea vibe right now.
Wonder what's taking so
Alright.
long. Hope he wasn't in bed or something. Feel bad about that. Maybe he goes to bed early.
Yeah, that might be nice. Those dumplings were really good.
They were.
They were.
They were.
At which point the door opens, saving you all.
There's a man with 5 machine guns.
Oh no.
I'm 5 Machine Gun Jim, he says, and I am
Yeah,
gonna...
his arms are machine guns, his legs are machine guns, his mouth is a machine gun.
That's my next character right there.
And I'm gonna machine gun... No. It is, in fact, Itaxir, who goes, if you would all follow me, please.
He does that thing where he does walk this way, and then he walks in a silly way, and then we all walk in a silly way.
He
Yeah, that's
absolutely
exactly.
does not. He is not Maximilian.
What?
Fortunate.
So he leads you into, eventually, a room that you've been in before, the main throne room of Hango, where where Senyo Aino sits in his raised days with a number of advisors around him, some of whom look upon you friendly, with a friendly way, some utterly neutral, some a little bit more hostile. And yeah, as you walk forward, you make the proper motions, and Senyo Aino speaks. Greetings, my friends from the south. It's quite a bit sooner than I expected to see you again. What brings you here to visit? I'm told it's a matter of importance.
Well, you see, we're here to call upon our treaty. I don't really know how else to say it.
Ah, yes, this is certainly sooner than I was expecting. But of course, we have agreed to assist you. What is the cause? I would not expect you to be striking out against the Shogun so soon.
We are not. They're striking out against us. Their forces are expected to make landfall within, soon.
Within
It's
soon.
we are still trying to ascertain the threat. It could be days away, it could be weeks away, it could be hopefully not, but hours away. Um, they are. We were warned by some samurai who defected from their cause, and yeah, I apologize. The situation is a little bit dire.
I see. Well, you have our alliance. You have already done us a great service. I cannot turn my back on you now when you need it. I will prepare an expedition of my soldiers. One has, in fact, already been drawn up and has been in the process of mobilizing. It should be done in the next, well, if we accelerate matters now, I'm sure I could have my troops together in the next couple of days. About 1,000 Hangis will sail south to Surugu and join your forces at Hayaba, including bear cavalry.
That would be appreciated.
Hell yeah.
Incredibly so.
I do have not. This is not. I'm not asking for this right now, but um, thinking forward to when we do intend to strike out against the Shogun,
He furrows his
there
brow and
there is of course I'm attempting to choose my words carefully, as I intend to try to express the respect that is so required of some, one nation to another, but I feel it'd probably be better to speak plainly. Do you mind if I speak upon it in the presence of your soldiers as a national secret?
I'm not sure what you're referring to specifically.
What is in the mountains?
Ah. At which point he says something in Hanga.
What does he say?
Oh, yes. He says
Kill
he
them?
names
Kill them all?
several. No, yeah. He names several names and basically tells them to get out.
Okay.
At which point, a number of advisors and a number of the soldiers in the room file out, and doors are closed behind them. The people still within you may speak in front of.
When we choose and when we are in a position to where we are able to mobilize against the Shogun proper, I would ask that you consider providing the assistance of the statues in the mountains. How that is handled is, of course, entirely up to you. They are your defenses. However, they would serve as an incredibly powerful weapon that would put things more in our favor than they would be.
You are correct in that they are an incredibly powerful weapon. The Jade Guardians are perhaps the two most powerful weapons to defend Hongo with. It would be potentially disastrous if one were missing and Hongo were to be attacked. I would hope that my Hangi's soldiers would be adequate, but to take in the entire might of a united Hadno, that might be an insufficient contribution.
And of course, that's not a decision I'm asking you to make today or even tomorrow. It's something I'm asking you to just think upon. As while I might not directly serve in Shugo's military anymore, I do have a
Shugo, the
Shugo.
huge hound with the weird bathing suit guy.
I misspoke, Sal's.
The bathing suit army.
I meant Farugu. Yes, the big titty, big booty army.
The most powerful of forces.
The Baywatch Special Forces.
With, of course, Grand Admiral David Hasselhoff. I have a vested interest in the maintaining of Sarugu's independence and as well as your own. I appreciate that you have allied with us, and I do not want that to be a decision that you regret. Of course, I do not intend to make that sound ominous at all. It's just that going forward, I would like to make it a priority that Sarugu and Hongo's ties are solidified further.
I understand. As you said, this is something that I will need to think long on. You ask a tremendous amount. No daimyo, since we gained the Jade Guardians, has ever commanded them to leave the island. It would be a severe break with precedent.
Well, if you choose to, I will be, of course, elated, but if not, as always, I will maintain the promise of secrecy that we have given. I would not think to violate a tenet, one of the core parts of our ongoing friendship in that respect of secrecy.
He nods. Very good. Well, you have given me much to do and much to think about. I will begin giving the orders to marshal my men much more quickly immediately. And
He has a little sneeze, a little sniffle.
sorry, allergies.
But you're not gonna say bless you? Because I mean, jeez.
I mean, I don't presume to know what religion he follows.
God's bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep it general.
Amiria smile upon you.
Yeah.
This is the wrong pill case. I need the Claritin.
And once this is all over, as I would love to have you come visit my monastery. It is not much currently, but it's something that matters a lot to me personally, and something that I believe that the world will be better for.
I had not known you as the monastic type.
Well, not in the religious sense. I founded a monastery focused on exploring the elements, their control, the ability to wield them, as I have learned, for me it came differently than others, but I've found that some people can learn. Maybe you could learn. There is anywhere from a child to an elderly woman has tapped into things that were thought not possible. It's again, while the specifics of learning it might sound fantastical, the grounds are not, but it's something I want to make, and it's something I think that could be good.
I see. I'll certainly keep it in mind.
Also, check it out. And I make a little fire in my hand. I learned how to do
Oh
this.
my god.
All right.
And then I make a little ball of ice in the other hand. Look at that.
You're just Sada now.
The,
Sammy, you're
the-
showboating.
But see, here's the thing though. I am not just Sada. I can do both at the same time.
He
Alright,
looks
alright.
directly
No, I mean
at
you're
his-
like Sada, just showing off her fireplace all
Yeah.
the time. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Check this out. Swing! Like, time and
Hey,
place, my dude.
This is a new thing for Kasumi. This is
He
very
looks
new.
directly at his court wizard and goes, "Can you do that?" Strictly speaking, yes. All right, good. Keep it up the good work. Lady Kasumi and Lady Paulina, it has been a pleasure to host you again. You must, I apologize, but I fear I may not be the best host for dinner.
Oh, we actually must
Oh,
leave pretty
no.
quickly.
And it's completely understandable. Thank you for meeting with us on such short notice. Such late hour as well.
That is my observation. It is quite late. Are you intending on continuing to travel today?
Mm,
I know your ship is quite fast, but
I suppose you're.
a night's sleep might be helpful for you.
As much as I worry that every second might be crucial, you are likely correct. We will probably leave early in the morning, so we might not see you. But
I will not find your lack of goodbyes insulting.
thank you. As for the assistance, as soon as you're able to make it to Hayaba, that would be it would be very much appreciated. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I put out a forest fire today.
That I didn't realize. Oh wait,
It's been a
yes,
busy day.
you led with that. I sort of just ran it over with my mind. You put out a forest fire?
Yeah, we are currently under assault by one of the final members of the Seven Sorrows. They're a bit tricky to track down.
Oh,
It's
well.
it's a very difficult situation, but that is more our cross to bear. I've been considering some ways to counter that.
Yeah. These two settled a forest fire just on their own. It was incredible.
Is very impressive.
Kasumi
But it also sounds exhausting. So
Kasumi does actually kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, lose up a little bit of composure as she gets a little dizzy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's we'll find a place in town, and thank you very much for meeting with us.
any place you choose to stay, send the bill to the castle.
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
Yes, you can. And as
That-
you are on Hongo, I command it.
If
Thank
you
you.
insist, I'll do a bow.
Very good.
Okay.
Bring my advisors back in. I need to call a war council.
I kind of pull myself together a little bit and do a little bow. I do one of those things like and like Avatar: The Last Airbender when the Airbenders do the little bow where they have the fist in one hand in the palm and then they do the little.
Mhm.
So it's good, basically like that. It's a good bow.
It is a good bow. It's like the fist is right below the hand, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's like on like the lower palm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
On the way out, Pow's like, "What, you copying my bow now?"
Oh my god. I make a little rain cloud over Pow.
You could do that. Ah.
Oh, now Pow's all wet. Oh, why'd you do that?
Man,
Smells like wet dog
Mm.
now. Jeez.
I give it a little shake.
She's raining on my parade, and so I'm raining on her.
Yeah.
You head out into the night. Or early evening. Back into the city of Troy with Itakshir with you. He accompanies you to the gates before stopping and going, I need to attend the War Council, as mentioned, but
Of course.
if you follow that road there and to the right on the main street, you'll find the Bear's Claw. It's probably the best inn that you'll be able to find for the night. And if you need some dinner or libations or just somewhere to spend the evening hours, across the street is the Red Road Tavern. It's good. Soldiers Tavern.
I see. Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. And good luck. Hope to see you soon.
Sense motive. Is he sending us to get murdered by soldiers? Could happen.
Well, Pal, as you consider it, if he was to do that, he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't tell you that he was sending you to
I
the Soldiers
suppose
Tavern. And you did not get any bad vibes from him.
No bad vibes.
Just got paranoid, is all. I don't know.
Are we all just vibing?
With the 32, Pal gets general vibes off everybody. So
Yeah. Got a spidey sense.
Is there anybody in the room who is actually just particularly vibing real hard?
there is one guard who apparently just has the best song stuck in his head.
Oh hell yeah. Doing like he's doing that thing where he's trying not to act like it, but he's also like kind of occasionally bopping his head and
Yeah, it's
like
bopping his
Exactly.
head. I'm
like
doing it
kind of
right
like
now. Yeah.
you know moving his little spear back and forth like to the beat.
Yeah.
Tapping a finger. Yeah.
Takshir walks past him. He just freezes as soon as he's past, just nodding again.
Hell yeah, I love that for that guy. This is a good life for him.
And with that, you're able to walk through the city. Do you go and stay at the Bear Claw or head to the Red Road Tavern?
I guess we should probably eat a little bit before we go to bed.
Are we still full of dumplings?
No.
No, it's been a
Okay.
while.
We ate a lot of dumplings. So I
You
don't know.
did, but you ate them more about sort of early to mid afternoon. And now it's getting quite a bit late. You're not super hungry yet, but you can see like in another hour or so that you would need to eat in order to actually be comfortable sleeping. The exception is Pascal, who, upon being asked if he's hungry, answers a assured no. But then again, he never is. So, yes, you can do with that information as you will, and begin heading towards one or the other. Where do you go first?
I'm gonna go to the tavern and get a bite.
Yeah, go get a bite.
Alright.
Some fried pickles.
You head to the Red Road Tavern, and you open the door to find a bustling, large tavern that you step into. And as you are finding a table in it, we will turn back to Hayaba and above Hayaba,
Ooh.
where Sada sits upon a sky skiff, sailing upwards to Amberellion, city of the wings of the phoenix.
That's true.
The sky skiff alights into one of the uh, docking areas, the sort of building that the sky skiff itself actually slots into, allowing allowing it to be easily stepped onto and stepped off. The elven merchant thanks you once again and bids you a good day. As
I
you
bid him
step,
a good day as well.
he nods and continues on his way, bearing his teas to perhaps be sold in the market, or maybe he just intends to drink them.
Make a really big cup.
Possibly not all at once. As you step out into the miraculous floating city of the elves, you see a couple elves in the sort of plaza area that you've stepped off into. A trickling fountain in the center. Just people walking around back and forth, doing whatever it is they do. Elves have a very long-term sense of time, so they aren't moving especially quickly. And two of them, as they go past, nod at you respectfully and go hello in Elven and continue on their way. For you are recognized in Amberyllion as you're the one who led your allies to destroy the vast majority of
Yeah.
the Seven Sorrows, who had inflicted such pain and terror on this people.
Yeah.
A people, especially not who have not experienced such things in a long time. Well, long for you. For them, it was more like, oh, maybe we're going to be okay. Yeah, we're close to a cent. Their little sign of this city has gone 80 years without being attacked. Got flipped down to 0.
Damn. All right. And Bat Bear is with me in Undine form right now, yeah? Though I guess he's in a
Yes,
fugue state.
he is. But again, he is technically also an NPC that
That's true as well, yes.
Nubis still plays. But whatever. It would be. Eh. Yeah, so yes, Bat Bayar is walking alongside you. In his sort of lumbering gait as the two of you begin walking through the city.
Yes, gonna go to the Archon's tower. I probably should
Oh,
ask to get dropped off there. Now I have to walk up the steps. Or I bet they
yes.
have an elevator probably. I hope.
I believe last time you actually took the elevator down.
Yes, it's true.
It is not long before you make your meandering way through the streets of white, perfectly fitted stones, watching the occasional bead of magical energy zip along a vein of metal, a golden little light flying along a silver pathway to wherever it is it needs to go. as the city continues to maintain its position and maintain itself. It's not long before you are heading towards the very center of the city where the Archon's Tower is, the massive towering edifice looming above you. It's the great flaming sigil of the city above it, casting you in a slightly orange light as you get close to it. And in front of you, you see a simple arched door with the city's sigil in gold emblazoned upon it. A sentinel guard stands to either side, and at your approach, one says to you, "For what cause have you to approach the Archon of Amberillion, the city of the wings of the Phoenix?"
I have important matters to discuss with him.
Well,
Do you have an appointment?
No.
No appointment, no Archon. Come back when you have an appointment.
How do I make an appointment?
You should speak to the Archon about that.
Oh, can I go do that?
Do you have an appointment? At which point the other sentinel guard sort of leans over to him and whispers something in his ear. The other guard opens up his eyes and looks at you a little bit more closely and goes, "Oh." And the two of them lean into the doors and push them open before you.
All right.
At which point the one that had not been speaking goes, "Farewell, Lady Sada."
Thanks. I enter.
You can see the elevator platform is currently at the base of the tower, fortunately, because it is a lot of steps. And stepping upon it, you begin to ascend, sailing higher and higher, as the most of the tower is really devoted just to steps and the elevator itself. The tower, evidently, being more of just an incredible fixture of opulence. Most of its space is actually empty rather than being put to actual use. You end up in the final chamber where the elevator stops, stepping off and being led up the stair by another sentinel guard, who opens the door into one of the private chambers of the Archon. You can see him at his balcony looking out over the city, and he turns to you before beginning to float over the multi-jeweled tiara of floating gems, the chevron of 5 stones sitting in front of his forehead, following him as he goes, glinting in the late sun. And as he approaches and goes, "Ah, Lady Sada, welcome once again to Amberellian
Good
City
evening.
of the Wings of the Phoenix."
Good evening, Archon of Amberillion, City of the Wings of the Phoenix.
"Ah, you are beginning to master Elven quite well.
Thanks.
You're very welcome."
TYLRLXD.
What?
I don't know.
It's
All right.
Statisco.
So I've come to speak of a matter of most import, which you may have heard of already, but I'm not sure.
My sources coming up from the city speak of an army that was outside of your capital recently.
Yes.
Is this a harbinger of something worse to come?
They were, I guess, in a way, yes. They are deserters of the Shogun's forces, who have come to, will side with us. But
That
they,
seems like boom.
yes. But unfortunately, they also had a message, which is that the Shogun's coming to Surugu within, well, no, not the Shogun's forces. I doubt the Shogun himself is coming, but his forces are coming. A force of 5,000 strong.
The Archon's usually like totally serene face. So you actually see his eyes widen just a bit at the number as he goes. That is a substantial force, and
Yes.
from what I know of your own forces, quite superior to what you have currently mobilized.
Yes.
Are you attempting to raise more?
That we are. We're currently on the. We're currently all trying to get our call on our allies to gather as many forces as we can to fight against the coming storm. And I've come up
I
here to
see.
Emberillion to ask for whatever assistance you might be able to provide.
He looks a little um, sense motive on him,
Sure.
if you'd like.
Oh, not my best roll. I
No,
got a two.
he remains just his sort of serene self, but he seems a little thoughtful at this as he sort of slowly floats away over to the large mirror that dominates part of the chamber. I see. Of course, you no doubt are aware that Amber Alien's own martial capacity is much reduced
Yes.
still.
Yeah.
It would, of course, be impossible to say no to such a request after you provided such ample protection and such immediate retribution to our attackers. But I fear that the aid that Amberellion can provide you may be very limited indeed.
Hmm.
The Archon
I would
sort of
accept
shifts.
whatever you could spare us, I suppose. I understand. Well, after
Do you
everything has
have
happened.
any specific requests?
Uh, I suppose whatever masters of magic you could possibly spare us to help, like reinforce our forces
Hmm.
would
Well,
be
of
my
course, the
best.
greatest master of magic upon Amberellion is myself,
Yes.
but I can provide a coterie of wizards that I think would be most effective in a martial engagement,
Thank you.
whose spells are both destructive and protective. Will that suffice?
I would think so. That's all I would ask of you, considering well how hurt your own forces were by the Seven Sorrows previously. And I
He
wouldn't ask you
nods.
to use any of Amberillion's own weaponry, of course, considering the
As
destructive
indeed I would
nature.
not be able to
Yes.
do so.
Yeah.
I am quite sure I have no idea how.
Yeah.
That, and no doubt its guardian would be very cross at me if I were to try. Well, Lady Briuda, is there anything else I can do for you?
Mm.
Do you know when this new threat is expected to arrive?
That I do not know. I'd expect a month at the most, but it could be any
Oh,
time before then as well.
I see. What steps have you taken to ascertain this?
Not much yet. We still have to send out some scouts to see if we can figure that out to like a more direct math. But what I've mostly
How?
heard from the uh, from the defectors who joined us is that they're coming as soon as they can. So,
Hmm.
and considering the
Scouts.
distance they have to come, that's my best guess.
Scouts are, I suppose, a way of discovering information.
Would you
Um,
have a better suggestion that you might be able to help us with?
you get a smile, just the slightest smug smile from a wizard you just asked to show off.
My plan exactly.
Come with me to the mirror.
All right, I do so.
The Archon of Amberillion floats next to you in front of the great mirror that curves along the wall of his study. Do you know where they intend to embark from?
It's the main island, right, Cells? I can't
Uh,
remember exactly. So,
the forces are actually
or was
probably
it from
embarking
T? Yeah.
T.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I tell them from T then.
Oh, well, that
Yes.
only narrows it down to several thousand miles of coastline.
Yes. I'm trying to think what do I know I need the exact. Can I get the map there, Cells? Because I don't know the names of
Well,
the coast.
actually,
Hmm?
as he raises his arms in front of the mirror, his fingers around each of them, a little circle of dancing runes appear, surrounded by other arcane circles that sort of fractal and laser out, forming a number of tiny pinkish orangey um, arcane symbols, incredibly ornate in front of his hands, as he begins to sort of manipulate against the mirror, which suddenly wobbles like water that you had a stone tossed into it. And eventually you see, well, essentially this image without any of the writing.
Oh. Did you transition over to it?
No, I just
Oh.
transitioned myself because
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
dummy.
South, South,
Yes,
you gotta make sure you transition everybody, man.
yes, thank you.
All right, cool.
All right. I look.
Where do you think they might embark from?
Hmm.
You said the coast of T.
Yes.
I know personally that the Moon Isles have been spared the Shogun's assault thus far.
Yes. I've heard as well. Hmm. Can I
That
make
his invasion is primarily withheld to this area known as Dongguo to the
Yes.
Tian people. So that doesn't leave a particularly large area from here to here.
Yeah. Hmm. Is there any I'm trying to think of stat I could like venture a guess with a roll of some sort, but I'm not sure.
Hmm. Is no it's not terribly important. Let us simply look. And with that, the your vision is suddenly awash in motion as the image on the mirror just zooms in incredibly quickly, and suddenly you are on the coast of T, just as if a bird flying above it,
Aha.
and flying along at incredible speed, evidently northward, starting down here
Okay. Cool.
and just zipping along, occasionally seeing the odd seaside town as you fly along. Occasionally, you see the odd burnt down seaside town.
Hmm.
Or off to the left in the curved mirror, you see a bit of smoke or fire or what looks like a battlefield. Um, but you continue flying along the coast until you come to your first river, where
Ah.
there is a fair-sized town,
Okay. I was thinking that might be
and
a possibility.
he stops, the image peering around it. Could this be a possibility?
Hmm. I think it seems likely. The Shogun would probably gather his forces around a river point, I would think, so they could just marshal them inland easier during his
True.
invasion. Yeah.
And for supply lines,
Yeah.
though I know there is a second river that could be potential.
Yeah.
That does not necessarily mean that your invasion force emerged from here.
Yeah.
But still, if we take a slightly higher view, and he shifts to be just to have the two rivers in view, the mouths of them, and the southwestern coast of Bantashima as well. It would seem to make sense that somewhere along here would be where they might
Hmm.
embark from. You can see, and he points out some different camps and apparent workings, and the odd, actually, not the odd, the substantial number of barges moving up both rivers. It appears that the Shogun does indeed have a large amount of activity here. The question is, where did they go from here, if they did leave?
Hmm.
Because clearly they are not here now.
Yeah.
There are ships here, but I don't see a large flotilla being embarked. I suspect they have already left.
Hmm. Can we get a closer look at the opening here?
Yes, he zooms down where you see actually quite a bit larger. There's a large town that's on both sides of the river here with a large bridge going across it, and it is fully occupied by shogunate forces. The flags above the city are Hadanese, and the people here look pretty oppressed.
Hmm.
You see a large number um, of Hadanese ships in the harbor, some leaving, some going, bringing troops on or supplies. You see additionally, some captured Tien ships doing the same. Um, you also see a little bit further off in the harbor where a number of Tien junks have sort of been sunk and appear to have been destroyed in the mouth of the harbor and have been sort of just pushed off to the side and out of the way of the shipping traffic. This seems like a much more major part.
Yeah. This seems like it might be a likely place where they would have gathered such a flotilla, I think.
Indeed.
Hmm.
But where would they leave from here?
Hmm.
I can follow a route that you think they might take, but I would need to know where you would think they would go.
I would think my guess would be south. I think, or not south, north. But
Well, yes, I suspect they would go north in order to reach Surugu eventually, but
Or I
there
mean,
are different ways of heading north.
yes. I meant like directly north, probably past Chisai Jima for this canal here, I think.
Just along the coastline.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's see if we can catch up with them then. And with that, the image starts flying along the coastline once more, zipping upward. And Sada,
Hmm?
would you roll me a perception check?
All right.
I love the way you said that word earlier. Chisai Jima.
Pretty good.
Sada, 33 perception. You see something of interest
Aha.
along the Tien coast. Um, and upon telling the Archon this, he stops and brings the mirror to look back upon what you had pointed out. And you zip a bit closer. It's a seaside town where the people there are just sort of picking up and leaving because it looks like the town has just been utterly denuded of anything useful.
Jeez.
There's no um, there's no livestock here anymore. The people look very hungry. None of them are putting like sacks of grain or anything onto hand carts.
Seems like we don't be on the right track.
Does appear that this town was raided for supplies. Let's continue. Continue flying along the coast until you reach the coast of Great Kesh. Eventually, you find one of the more independent parts of Kesh, the river kingdom of Moai, which controls this peninsula and the rivers flowing down from these mountains. Technically independent from the Great Hordes, though, a independence bought with much tribute to the local Khans, particularly now that a Great Horde controls this area of Kesh.
Hmm.
You don't see much until you reach here.
Right here?
Where you... No, here.
Oh, here. Okay. I missed your ping. I was slightly scrolled down too much.
Ah,
Wait, where is it? Can you ping it again?
Right
Right
under
here.
Ryoko?
Oh, okay. Oh, so they're okay.
Okay.
you see currently docked at a relatively large walled town. A lot of ships. About 50.
Hmm. That's a lot of ships.
Both Tien and Hadanese. Actually, majority are Tien junks. Looks like primarily captured ships have been put to use in this expedition. Currently taking on supplies and dealing with uh, the population here, and kind of making a mess of the place. The soldiers here are the soldiers of the fleet are quite outnumber the uh, local defenders and are kind of having their way of the city. It looks like in a bit. The local people just mostly is trying to stay out of their way and basically give them what they want more in order to get rid of them.
Is this in Kesh? I'm guessing.
It's
Yeah.
an independent part of Kesh.
Okay.
The river kingdoms, the river kingdom of Orumai,
Okay.
one of the little minor countries on the coast of Kesh. Like the Twin Kingdoms.
It's true.
You also, as the Archon zooms out from there, you can see Ryoko and Takaishima. And you realize that once that fleet embarks again, they'll only be days away from Sarugu.
Yep. Very close. The worst case scenario.
Uncomfortably close, yes.
Yes. Or I guess the worst case would be if they're here in like 5 minutes, but
Well, fortunately, I can at least assure you that that will not happen.
yeah.
Let's zoom in a little more.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
curious if we can get an idea.
You can see that as you zoom in and begin to try and inspect the vessels, most of the soldiers on the vessels have been disembarked and are now throughout the city, and finding them in the city is a little bit harder because the Archon is obliged to fly into taverns and stores and other sort of buildings. So it's hard to get a real good assessment of what's going on with this army. However, it does seem like the majority of troops that you see are actual samurai and not Ashigaru.
Can I roll a perception to see if I can spot like a gathering of truth, maybe to find their leader?
Sure.
Because I bet he's a 20. An okay roll.
Yes. Actually, yeah, with the 20, it's pretty easy to find. You do see Shimetsu now, General Shimetsu with a his own bodyguard of samurai, currently speaking to and perhaps intimidating the local Ormai leader. You also see a couple of other individuals with him besides the samurai bodyguards. And one of them, they are both older women, starting to gray, well dressed, though wholly unarmored. And one of them, as you're looking at them, looks up at you.
Oh,
Oh dear.
that's not good.
Is it? I'd like to see her try doing something about it. At which point she tries doing something about it. The woman, clearly able to see whatever it is that physically scries on her from the mirror, grits her teeth and wields, just grabs magic up, and in a blast of arcane energy, you see like tendrils of arcane force try to reach into your, well, what it looks like your vision, the mirror itself, and pull at it. The Archon has his fingers steepled as he sort of just closes his eyes, and at the end of it, the image in the mirror wavers and gets a little foggy, almost staticky for a good few seconds before resolving itself back into this very frustrated looking lady. If she continues to do that or to recruit others, this endeavor could become tiresome. May I end the observation?
Yeah.
Farewell. And with that, the mirror returns to simply being a mirror, as if nothing had ever happened.
Hmm.
Pretty metal.
Well, now we know how close they are.
Indeed,
Hmm.
it would appear that my own mages may be of great use to you, and perhaps also those loyal to the Sun Elves.
Hmm.
If the Shogunate has sent such magical support, I highly doubt that it's simply one or two sorcerers.
Yeah. It's concerning. Who knows when they'll be moving out now, since they know we were spying on them. So.
Indeed,
Yeah.
that is unfortunate, but it's better to know that they are there than not to.
Yeah.
I can provide a more rudimentary form of surveillance. Obviously, I can continue to spy on them with this method, but if you should like, Amberlinian's sky skiffs can be used. I highly doubt they have means of effectively combating them in the air.
If you don't mind, then yes, that'd be much appreciated.
Indeed. I shall marshal some sentinel guard to begin keeping tabs on them. You'll have ample time to respond by the
All
time
right.
that they leave, I'm sure.
All right. Thank you, Archon
It is my pleasure.
of
Sada
Emberlion
will-
of the Winged City.
City of the Wings of the Phoenix.
Yes. You're still getting the hang of that elephant.
Of course, it
Yeah.
is a difficult language.
Yeah.
Farewell, Sada.
I nod. And
Should you have need for me again, please let me know.
all right. And I guess yeah, I'm gonna head back down and tell my people what I learned
Yes.
and how much
Upon
time we
reaching the
have.
base of the tower, though, you realize that, oh, wait, I sort of bummed a ride up here. How am I getting down?
Oh no. I'm gonna find a wizard who can cast Featherfall on me and just jump.
Oh no.
I feel like you might run out of feather fall.
Yeah,
no.
I think you're pretty high up.
Do you wanna do that?
Hmm.
Sounds exciting.
I'll see if I can
Just
find a
swan
ride.
dive into Hayaba's Bay?
Or get like a scroll of Featherfall and use it like a parachute, like fall most of the way and then Featherfall yourself. That'd be pretty dope.
I'll see if I can find a
Very
ride
exciting.
back down.
Sada isn't a wizard, so she wouldn't be able to cast
Yeah.
it.
Whoops! Then
I probably
She
should
might
have.
question it and just be
However
like,
that
I have
worked.
no idea what this means.
I probably should have asked the Archon for a ride back down, but it's too late now. I gotta look
Not too
cool.
late.
I mean, the Archon is right at the top of the tower you just
Yeah.
descended.
Yeah, I'll go back up.
Okay.
How embarrassing.
The Archon is, as you're admitted back into the room, the Archon turns away from the mirror, which he had been looking into again.
Hey.
Um,
I forgot to
Daniel
ask.
Rudo,
I
was
need
expecting you back there soon.
I need a ride back down.
You're
Of
so
course.
uncool.
And with that, he just sort of gently floats over to you and touches your forehead, and you can
Hell
fly.
yeah! Thanks.
You're very
super-
welcome.
I Superman out of there.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
So yeah, you can you now have overland flight, which I believe lasts for an hour per level, which for the Archon means that you can fly for the next 16 hours.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna sleep floating in the air.
Yep.
As you sail down back to Hayaba. Next,
Alright.
we would go to Akio if I had one.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, Nuva's back is killing him.
Yes.
Yes.
What he was describing really does sound like a pinched nerve. I have one of those
Yeah.
occasionally,
Ouch.
um, and they suck. But
Yeah.
they have stuff that you can take for it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back on Hango,
Yes, meanwhile.
Are we getting rowdy in a
you are
in a
in a
tavern?
tavern, and it's actually nice. It is definitely not like highbrow cuisine. You are mostly being treated to like very hearty stews and like beers. Um,
Nice.
as the servers, upon hearing that the bill is being sent to the castle, are very attentive to you. And yeah, basically bear stew, um, boar stew, chicken stew, beef stew, stew, which is just any of the other stews that they have stewed again. And basically makes a porridge. But a hearty porridge. Tatsu is less than enthused, but the rest of you think it's actually pretty good. And yeah, the night is actually going pretty well. It's kind of relaxing, being able to just sort of enjoy a nice boisterous tavern, like you're, back to being sort of basic adventurers. This sort of thing that you might go to a tavern in Lowtown and celebrate a successful treasure hunt
Just
or
like
whatever.
just like good old Mama Matizia's.
I mean that one's a little more secretive, but this it's in the same vein. As yeah, the Red Road Tavern is sort of hopping. It's quite crowded. Substantial numbers of people are sort of shoved in, and they are quite rowdy, and they are quite like burly soldier people of Hongo. Are any of you so how are you enjoying this sort of situation? Pao and Kasumi, paint me a picture of what you're doing in this Red Road Tavern with your partners next to or across from you at a nice round table in the corner of the inn.
Okay, so I feel like phase one would of course be like talking about, yes, there are phases to this drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
As it needs to be.
As is tradition.
Yes, as is tradition. So phase one, we recap the day. It's phase one's not very long. We were all there for it. Phase two, we talk about the long pending wedding of Kasumi and Tatsu, and I take any opportunity to needle Tatsu and make him very embarrassed, usually with Pal's help.
Okay.
Mm.
But will
All right,
Tatsu
Regal,
bake the
let's
cake?
What's phase 3, Rita?
I don't know, man.
It's the vampire bear conversation again.
Oh yeah. Classic. Simpler times, am I right? uh, wow. I can't get too crazy. You know. Just too worried. Too worried.
I mean, come on. Come on, pal. We
No, we gotta get up in the morning
yeah,
early.
and we're
Crack
both
dawn.
we both are really good about handling alcohol, like the physical after effects.
Yeah,
We'll
I
be
mean,
fine.
yeah, we're good. I know.
We're hardy.
I think it's gonna be okay.
I mean, they're gonna have to be. So I
Yeah,
don't really want to think about the if nots.
yeah. Where do you think what was her ostentatious stupid name? What happened to the Claire, the bad one?
Oh, the bells of eternal tolling.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
Well, I mean, she didn't die,
right.
so
We haven't heard from her,
Her
right?
or the Shards of Swift Vengeance.
Yeah.
well,
The voice in your head
Swiss Guards
says.
Avengers seemed like
Yeah.
they were a little more pragmatic about things. So I have the suspicion that they might have just fucked off.
So
But I mean, maybe that'd be nice.
it'd be nice. I wouldn't want them in the mix, you know.
As far
Problem.
as the bells go, I mean, even though we didn't kill her, she was pretty severely hurt. Her hold on living was tenuous at best at that point.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, she probably has spent the last while recuperating. As far as if she's gonna show up, whenever they arrive, who knows?
Right. And,
Um, I mean,
and what happens when our army meets their army and then the burning wrath just drops an entire volcano on us and that's it?
well, that's part of what
Man.
on the way back, I need to be dropped off at my monastery. I need to drop off Peep, and I
Oh
also need
yeah.
I'm going to try to commune with the elements for a day or two.
Yeah.
Get real in touch with with my whole deal.
Yeah. Hey, anything we could possibly get going for us. If you could maybe get like the ocean on your team, that'd be pretty cool. Have you taken a dip in this ocean? You took a dip in the bay, and that was pretty cool.
I
You
mean,
asked,
that's
could
fine.
you
Right.
could you
Sorry.
ask our could you ask our ocean for help?
I could.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know how it
I
works.
I haven't
I'm a
really
little
had the
drunk.
chance to explore. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like wild right now because I'm not. I had a long day, of very taxing labor, but I'm fine right now. Kasumi's not fine.
Yeah.
She's like that kind of tipsy where you don't realize it, but you
Oh yeah.
definitely are.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I haven't really taken the time to swim around Sarugu.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there's some cool underwater caves and stuff. I should do that. So
Yeah.
once this is done, I'm gonna do that.
You should do that when we get back, because it might be your last chance to do it. You know.
Oh, shut up.
I was just
You,
saying, it's possible.
you Debbie Downer.
I'm not a Debbie Downer.
You're being a Debbie Downer.
I'm not.
I mean, you are. Pascal?
What?
I mean, Pascal's not. Wait, you're here, right?
I'm a happy Hannah.
Pascal
You know.
has a full bowl of stew in front of him
Oh, I thought you
that
weren't gonna eat.
got placed in front of him without asking. He has tried it once, found he really liked it, and is like having an internal argument with himself whether or not to eat more. But I'm sorry, Wasn't listening.
That's probably for the best.
Okay,
I'm just being silly. Yeah.
any hoozle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. As much as I don't really want to, well, I'm probably gonna help command some of the military forces just because Suru's not here.
Mhm.
You know, you know how.
Yeah.
Um, but we can't really focus on the damn. The things are gonna go so bad. We just
No,
have
of
to
course
do,
not.
do what we can, and you know, rely on the people around us.
Yeah,
That's
that's why you
that's
should. That's why you should ask the ocean
that's what
for help.
Emiria would tell us to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna commune to the elements and Emiria at the same time.
I bet that would be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Again, all the help we can get would be ideal. Uh, Cops are coming.
Shit, cheese it.
At this point, Pascal actually leans over to you, Paulina.
Hmm.
Initially, it looks like he's going in to just be, awkwardly publicly intimate, but what actually he does is that he sort of leans into your ear and goes, "That table over there, closer to the bar on the right, the people there have been giving us the evil eye the whole night.
Oh
I don't know
man.
if you noticed."
No, I was busy paying attention to that one guy that was really vibing, and then I got kind of distracted. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he just
Shit.
kept vibing right into here.
How many?
Yeah, he's here. Look
How
at
Yeah,
him.
he is
many?
there. He's at the
Yeah.
other table.
Yeah. How many people are at that table that are giving us the stink eye?
About 5.
All right, that's not so bad.
I'm gonna is our I mean I would imagine that our money's good here, right?
I mean, it's
you don't even have
gold
to spend your
and
money.
silver, literally.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good anywhere. But yes,
Okay. I'm gonna I bring Pal with me because she can translate for
No,
me.
wait, what do you do? You gotta tell me what you're doing before
I'll
you start
just
saying
hang on. I go to the
Okay.
bar. I go to the
Oh,
bartender,
okay.
and I tell like, okay, I need you to order a round of decent beer for all of them.
Oh, yeah, okay. Be friendly is good. Yeah.
bartender goes and looks at them and looks at you and goes, "Okay,"
Yeah.
and pay him the proper amount.
Yeah.
Or rather, you don't because he's been told the deal.
Yeah.
Oh, feel bad about that, but okay.
He,
I think if I'm buying somebody else around, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna give them the money. I'm gonna give them the money for that.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pay.
Yeah.
all right. All right. You pay him, and whether or not he sends the bill to the castle anyway is up to him.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
This is outside of us, so it just seems right to.
He puts a bunch of mugs together, brings it over to the table, sets it down in front of them each. They look at him confusedly, and he points to you two, and he turns to the bar. The 5 people, soldiers of Hongo, look at the mugs and then look back to you, and one of them, particularly burly woman, stands up and takes her mug, and she walks over to you,
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yeah.
and she
Here we
goes,
go. Here we go.
"You think you can bribe us into liking you, now that you're dragging us to get killed in some war that we never even heard of? Fuck you." And she throws the beer into your face.
Oh shit, bar fight.
I want to catch it like a cool guy.
You catch
can
the
you
liquid?
can you use deflect arrow on liquid?
Oh, I thought she was throwing the whole damn cup.
Oh no, she doesn't throw the cup.
Oh, she's just flashing.
She just throws the actual liquid into Kasumi's face.
Oh, the Kasumi's face. Oh.
Hmm.
Can you bend beer?
Hey, can I catch it?
Yeah, can she catch it? That'd be cool. Power move.
How watered down is this beer?
I mean, it's going to be vast majority of it's water anyway. You can certainly try.
Yes.
Roll a Constitution check.
Okie dokie.
Oh man, you're pretty constitutional.
Well,
Oh no.
I mean, Constitution ability saves are typically easier, but you rolled a base 5. Unfortunately, no. You do get your hands up and like in front of your hands, the beer stops and sort of falls to the floor, but you didn't quite get the whole barrier in front of your face, and you get a good wash of beer all over you. And her 4 buddies start coming around the table
all right.
to back her up as she's sort of stalking up on you. But as they do so, another person at another table saying, "Hey, you can't do that," and just wails one of them right in the
Oh, no.
face. At which point the bar explodes into pandemonium.
All right. You know what? I was gonna try to do like a diplomatic speech and shit, but you know
Yeah.
what? We're in this bar fight.
No,
Yep.
no, we think this.
So,
The
you know the bar fight rules.
The Ideron in the shape of a piano rolls into the bar.
This does not keep us in the Lord's good graces.
Oh, it's fine. They started it. They clearly started it.
Wait, there's rules for bar fights?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, really?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
I don't know that.
All right. Yeah. See, Rita. Now you're interested. Now you're picking up what we're putting
Well,
down.
if
Bar fight
there's
rules.
mechanics, I mean, come on. It's fine.
I'll do it. Tell us the way.
Mechanics, baby.
So, first I'll need you to tell me a couple numbers. Because you won't be using your regular HP, you'll be using something called tenacity, which
Cool.
is a sort of abstraction of your ability, of your own like physical health and your ability to duck and weave. So your so you will each, you, Pascal, Tatsu, and Pao, Tatsu, Pascal, and Kasumi will each have your own tenacity pool, as well as the 5 particular soldier enemies, and also the entire crowd has their own tenacity pool.
Hell yeah. This rules.
Yeah.
So, I need you to figure out your number of total. So the number of total hit dice, which is 15 for you 2 players, and 13 for your buddies, as well as your base strength, your strength score, and your Constitution score.
Strength now?
Strength and Constitution.
Strength though?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you type that out again?
Hit dice.
So HD
Uh-huh.
plus strength plus con.
Is that
It's a
modifier
score.
or score? Oh,
Score,
Okay.
not modifier.
Okey-doke.
Oh.
Ugh, really though, strength? That's not good for me.
Pow, you're a tiny person.
But I'm so good at ducking and weaving, and this just does not take that into account.
Well, not as far as your hit points go, no.
Oh, I see. That'd be 43? Is that right? Yeah.
I have a 39.
What? How's
Really?
that right? That can't.
Oh, man.
What's your strength?
On 4?
There's some good actions for this.
15 plus 24. It's not my strength. I have a really good constitution.
Is it con modifier, not con score? Or...
Wait,
It's,
Wait,
it's
yeah.
score.
It's both. It's both, Jake.
Wait, what?
It's
Wait,
strength plus constitution plus
Yeah.
HD. Not the higher
Wait.
of strength and constitution.
What's your strength score?
0.
Yeah.
No,
No,
your
a
score would be
not
10
modifier.
then. It would be
Oh,
10.
9. 9. Well, no, I probably
Or,
after
oh.
9.
Well then, yeah. Okay.
So wait, it's 15 plus 9 plus 24?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, duh. Okay. So that would be
24
48.
cons? Holy shit.
yeah. It's my primary
Yeah,
stat for
no,
damage.
I have a 26 in Dex.
What? My highest scores are at 22. What have I been doing?
Playing
I
a
guess-
monk.
yeah,
you were,
splitting between Dex and Wiz, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a 26 Dex, 18 con, and 18 Charisma. Those are my highest.
Also, I think Sada has benefited from a couple of
Yes.
little potion thingies.
Yeah.
Mm.
And inherent bonuses from a couple of things.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
bonuses to my Wiz.
So,
charisma.
Pow, what is your tenacity?
43.
Kasumi, what is yours?
My total tenacity is 48.
I think. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go over to Pascal. Well, actually, I have Tatsu up, and so I'll do him first. So Tatsu is 18 plus 13, which is 31, plus 10, which is 41. And Pascal, which is... Oh boy. Did I do that right? Oh yeah. Pascal is a big beefy boy at 55.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And so we have these other soldiers, soliders. Soldier 1, Soldier 2, Soldier 3,
I'll be back 2 seconds.
and the lead lady soldier, who's kind of burly. Okay. So, you will be doing some different actions in this, where you will have a. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
Crowd.
song kind of slaps.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
Absolutely.
Although I do miss the old bar fight song.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the old bar fight song just the
Yeah, yeah.
entertainer?
No,
Oh, okay.
it was the one where it was just a completely nonsense, really bad hip hop beat that would go yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was very silly.
Valve hated it.
I did. I'm discovering Tatsu is really bad at bar fights. As it turns
He's
out.
not a fighter.
He's a lover.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
I might have.
So, You will be doing something different with your attack rolls. You will be doing brawling checks, which you'll get a single check, where you will be sort of punching around, which will involve any number of punches or kicks or dirty tricks in the fight.
Some dirty tricks.
Whereby, my nose. Sorry. You will be making an attack roll, which is a basic strength-based attack roll. Except for you, Paulina, you'll be able to use your dexterity as basically an unarmed strike against a target's touch AC. Which, again, Paulina, your durability in this fight will not be from your hit points, as it turns out. To do damage with this, since you're only making a single attack roll, and that gets abstracted into a different sort of damage, if you have the improved unarmed strike feat, your damage that you deal to a target's tenacity is 1d10 plus your strength modifier, or in the case of Paulina, it will still be her dexterity. If you have a base attack bonus equal to your character level, who I believe that's only true for Pascal and Paulina anyway, your damage is 1d6 plus your strength, and if you don't, it is 1d3 plus your strength.
Yeah.
Which means that Kasumi and Tatsu are not especially punchy right now, but there are a number of moves that will allow you to potentially affect the fight more effectively. I will also note that if any of you, use a damaging spell or kinetic ability, or actually, hit somebody with the intent to, make
kill?
them dead,
Yeah.
or draw a weapon, the bar fight will end and it will just become a normal fight as the crowd will realize that, oh shit, that people are trying to kill each other now and flee. Okay.
Fair.
So, I need you to roll initiative. And that includes you, Tombstone. I need you to roll initiative. For...
Who am I?
Nice.
Am I the crowd?
Actually, you are the soldiers.
Hell yeah.
actually. So I need you to roll initiative for the leader, who gets a +2, and for the regular soldiers, who get a +1.
Alright. So what do I roll?
A d20 +2 and a d20 +1.
Alright. I rolled bad.
That's good for us.
8. Yeah. So they're going at the same time. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. The crowd will be doing things automatically at the end. Wow, Tatsu really got in with the good initiative. So did Paulina. Both on top of the ball, but I guess that makes sense for Paulina since she was... Kasumi, since she was the one with the beer thrown in her face. So it'll go Kasumi, Tatsu, Pao, Pascal, the regular soldiers, the lead soldier, and the crowd. So, Kasumi,
Yeah.
you just had a bunch of beer in your thrown in your face,
Oh, no.
and then then the crowd exploded into pandemonium, and suddenly the world is a tumult, and you are in a bar fight. Something which you're not the most physical person. Your latest tonedness notwithstanding. So you're going to be. There's a severe potential to be battered around here, a bit. So, but there's also the potential for you to potentially get an advantage over someone. So, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the one big beefy lady is in front of me, correct?
Yes.
What else is around me? What's in arm's length?
Everything. Things are just flying everywhere. There is bottles and mugs. There are chairs around. There are people just sort of fighting around you. You're getting bumped into now. There's a stool. There's the one guard in like the corner who's still vibing. And hopefully
This
will
is the
remain.
song,
Oh,
by the way.
yes. Yeah, it's just all. It is a pandemonium. You can potentially grab at anything. The world is your oyster. There is stew bowls and all manner of things.
Well, tit for tat, I am going to reach for a. So I'm not going for any stew that is in the still cooking, because that goes into the I'm going to scald you territory.
Exactly.
I'm going to go for a bowl that was at the counter, because that's
Mhm.
where we're at. So I would imagine it's been sitting for a bit. So it's probably warm, like that kind of like warm where it's like this kind of icky feeling.
Mhm.
And I am going to take that, and I'm gonna hit her in the face with the bowl.
Okay. So that is improvising a weapon. I need you to first make a perception check
Uh-huh.
to see the bowl in the first place, because there is just stuff all around. So you have it in your head what you want to do. You need to find that bowl.
46 is pretty good, right?
Yes, it is, and you do indeed see that bowl. So you are able to grab it and just sort of. You can now. So when you make a brawling, next time you make a brawling check, or whether against this person. Oh, you already said it was going to be against the person in front of you. So yes, make a brawling check and just try to bash her in the face.
Okay, so what when I
It'd be your base attack bonus plus your strength bonus, so it's actually +7.
Okay.
It's against her touch AC though.
Wait, my base attack bonus is 11, so it'd be 10.
Your base attack bonus is 11? Yes,
Yeah.
it is. You're right. All right. So +10.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you bap her right in the face. Roll damage. Because you improvised the weapon, your damage goes from 1d3 -1 to 1d8 -1.
Does the stew add any bonuses?
To how angry this makes her, perhaps.
Yeah. You fucking kidding me?
All right, so you pick this bowl up, and it's stew. It's sort of slippery. It sort of slips out of your hand and sort of pops off the top of her head. Unfortunately, also all of the stew just lands on top of her, so it did like very little injury to her, but it made her as angry as possible.
Kasumi does laugh at this. She is clearly thrilled with the events that are unfolding.
Conversely, Tombstone, you're playing this person now.
Yes.
How does this soldier respond?
As it drips down her face, she grits her teeth angrily and gets ready to take a swing. But that'll be when my
Okay.
turn comes.
Indeed. So
It's
it
like
is now
gritting her teeth and like grinding them. Like that.
Tatsu. It's now Tatsu's turn. Tatsu sees that a bar fight has broken out. Tatsu goes.
Kasumi's at the center of it.
And Kasumi's at the center of it. And Kasumi just hits somebody with a bowl of stew, and that person does not look like he's appreciated it. But Tatsu's on the other side of the bar, of the tavern. So Tatsu is going to try, and he sees that like parts of the crowd are sort of moving towards you, and parts of it are moving towards her, and towards everyone else. It's very, very all over the place right now. So Tatsu is actually going to try to do something to assist. He is going to attempt an intimidate check, actually. Actually, he's going to try a bluff check. To try and redirect the crowd's attention to her. So he needs to make a bluff check. Bloof. Hey! Alright, Tatsu rolls a number that is good enough to do this, as a number of people that were sort of bearing down on the shirtless, exceptionally attractive flaming hair guy who sort of stands out. He manages to get a number of them to look at the soldier over there, and points out that, hey, this is all her fault. She's the one who sort of ruined everybody's night. Maybe you should knock her skull in instead of mine. And a number of people go for it. Itchy. Okay. So she has had a redirection on her. That's Tatsu's turn. Paulina, it is your turn.
Yeah.
You just saw
yeah.
Kasumi take a stew bowl and like frisbee it into this soldier's face and do the least damage possible while making her as angry as possible.
This is very good.
Yeah, that's great. Alright, things are getting a little wild in here, and I'm a little lady, and I want to get a bird's eye view of the situation. I want to jump up onto the bar and see who I could best get a drop on.
Okay, we'll call this a set up a strike action.
Yeah.
So attempt an acrobatics or climb check. I presume you're going to make acrobatics.
I'm gonna try the acrobatics.
Okay. You succeed as you just basically do a backflip up onto the bar, and now you're there. So yeah, you are now successfully setting up a strike. I believe that is your action for the turn, though. So, because it's basically a one thing, except for the perception check for improvising a weapon that you can just sort of immediately grab and just hit someone with. But yeah, so you are now up there on that bar, and you definitely have an advantage on your next attack.
Nice. Is there like one of these soldiers that are backing her up? Is there one that looks like especially beefy and like angry and on her side and stuff?
Yeah, you see one who looks like he looks like a human of some orcish ancestry, or maybe a orc of some human ancestry, a half orc, if you would, who is maybe about 6'5" and very wide and burly looking, and looking particularly like he wants to cave Kasumi's face in on behalf of his leader. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be the guy that I go for.
Okay.
Got my eye on him.
Protect.
Okay. So that would be Pow's turn. And next we have Pascal. Pascal stands up, and Pascal's thought process is also that, oh no, my good friend Kasumi and my great girlfriend Paulina is across the bar from me. There's a sea of angry people punching and kicking at each other. And it's a horrible bar fight, and there's a bunch of people that are closer to them that want to hurt them. I need to get over there. How do I get over there? Well, there's a crowd of people in front of me. I must remove it. And he is going to make a mix-it-up action and attempt a brawling check against the crowd in order to get close to Paulina and Kasumi. So he needs to make a brawling check. Slash GR. Or just slash R, really. Let me see. I figured out Pascal's to be a... Ooh. Oh, that's not the number I wanted. That is. So Pascal does successfully do this brawling check, and hey, Paulina, you remember when you were teaching Pascal how to defend himself in like the really early part of the campaign?
No.
I think so.
Well, as a result of that, I did have him take the improved unarmed strike feat
Nice.
really early on. So he does D10 plus 8 damage.
Oh.
He rolled a 9, which is bad.
Okay.
But it is enough that as people start trying to jostle him and he gets jostled out of the way, people do sort of try to bounce or are bouncing around him. People are fighting around him. A couple of guys like turn towards him. Eventually, Pascal is like trying to go. Excuse me. Sorry. And he just like backhands one guy out of the way, and the person just goes plop over onto the floor, unconscious. As Pascal starts trying to make his way towards you. Tombstone.
Is it my turn?
It is. Well,
All
it's the
right.
regular soldiers' turn. The 3 soldiers that are backing up
They go
their
first?
leader. One of them one of the people that were backing up her was knocked unconscious by the big haymaker that started the bar fight. So yes, those 3 guys go first.
All right. They're gonna go for Pow.
All of them?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Take her
the
down.
3 of them, they get a plus 13 to their brawl roll.
Hell yeah.
So you make. So what do you want them to do? Because they can each do special actions as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Let's see.
I'm up on the bar, so
I think they're just gonna take a swing. Just go for it.
Okay. All 3 of them are just gonna take a swing.
Yep.
just
Just
gonna
start
punch me in the
punching.
shin.
Yeah. Yeah, they start clambering up and trying to get you.
Yeah, one of them is actually getting onto the bar too, and you're getting grabbed at. So yeah, make 3 brawl checks then, Tombstone.
All right. What do I roll? 1d3
for
plus-
these soldiers is 1d3 plus. No, you roll 1d. You have to hit her first, so it's 1d20 plus 13,
Okay.
and then you would be dealing damage.
Okay, 1d20
Which
plus
they're-
13 3 times.
Yes, their damage is 1d6 plus 3. So yes.
Okay. Oh. I think I did pretty good. What's Pal's touch AC though?
Ooh, it's a 29.
Oh darn, you got a high one.
29.
All right, hope
Yeah.
to hit her once then.
Okay. Yeah, 2 of them are sort of flailing at you, and Pal, you're doing your normal sort of acrobatics, just sort of going, this is so easy. Except the one that gets up onto the bar actually does manage to connect with your shoulder at some point. sort of spinning you around on top of the bar before you catch your balance. Tomb, the person does 1d6 plus 3 damage.
Plus 3, alright. Kablam! Not my best.
No, low damage rolls today. As Paulina, you take 4 damage, and now you're on 39
Indeed.
tenacity.
Yeah. Alright.
And now Tomb, their leader, who is staring at Kasumi.
Alright. I'm gonna have her improvise a weapon.
Okay.
What's her perception?
Her perception is not something she's exceptionally good at. It would be a +8.
Alright.
Especially now that you've got soup face.
I do like that she and Sumi are just throwing things back and forth at each other. Very funny.
Hey, how's that do?
What did you roll?
20.
20.
20.
20. Actually, she does not see anything that really comes to
Damn,
comes to
that
hand.
sucks.
But she can still make a roll,
Alright.
a swing if she wants.
Sure. So yeah, she just tries to fucking slap Kasumi. Backhand slap.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the D20 plus
She's actually a little bit better. She gets a d20 plus 15.
Alright. What's that touch AC? Oh, I rolled really bad.
What's Kasumi's touch AC?
Kasumi's touch AC is pretty good because she's pretty dexterous. It's 19 actually. She misses.
Damn it.
Whoa.
You duck out of the way.
Okay, and
Oh,
at
yeah,
that
dude.
point, we get to the point where we just take into account the amount of jostling and just random punches that are being thrown at you from all directions by the crowd. The crowd does the following damage. Alright, so the crowd is going to do everyone 7 tenacity
Alright.
damage. However, Tatsu takes half of that, so 3, putting him down to 38, because he redirected the damage to the leader, who takes 2 times that, so 10.
2 times? Jeez.
Or excuse me, 1.5 times that.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah, I thought it was 1.5 times.
32, 41, 55 goes down to 48, and Tatsu I already did. And then we got 33, 33, and 33. Okay, so the brawl continues. It's now Kasumi's turn again.
Okay. So, if I were to try to, okay, so in my head, I imagine like, what if Kasumi like tried to like hop up and then like grab something like hold herself up in the air and then like kick at this lady. Like I don't imagine like because I don't have improvement on arm strike, my damage would just be the 1d3, right? Even if I'm kicking someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that behooves me
You
to
could try
confuse
setting
it.
up a strike, or you could try like maybe withdrawing into the crowd and trying to attempt another way of dealing with this person.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try to slip into the crowd, and so I can. My idea, this might be a multi-round thing, obviously, but I'm gonna try to sneak up on her with a stool and smack her with the stool.
Okay, well that sounds like setting up a strike and
Yes.
also potentially improvising a weapon.
Yes.
So you do set up a strike first. So attempt an acrobatics or climb check. Okay, you do sort of fade back into the crowd as things sort of jostle around, and she loses you for a second. So you will, when you on your next turn, be able to attack her with greater effect.
Hell yeah.
It is now Tatsu's turn, and Tatsu is going to hunker down, actually. As he will attempt a stealth check? No, he will attempt acrobatics because he's better at that one. He attempts to, and he ends up just like getting under the table, but someone grabs him by the back of the leg and pulls him back into the crowd as he goes,
Oh,
"No!"
Little buddy.
Paulina, is your turn. You are set up for a strike. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be on anybody specifically, but you did say you were aiming for the large half-orc man, who is actually the person up on the bar with you who
I was
punched you.
gonna ask. Yes, perfect. Yeah. We're on even footing, but maybe he's a little, he's not quite as sure as foot up on the bar.
And
Take
also the
advantage
fact
of
of the
that.
matter is you fit in between the ceiling and the bar a lot better than he does.
Yeah, exactly. I got the maneuverability here. I'm gonna hit him. How do I hit him?
You roll your regular unarmed strike, so it would be just your base attack bonus plus your dexterity plus an additional 2 because of setting up the strike, and you crit on a 19 or critical threat rather.
So what? Whoa! What do I roll?
15 plus your dexterity mod, which I believe is plus 6, so plus 21.
Oh.
Plus an additional 2, so plus 23.
What?
A d20 plus 23.
Oh. That's a big number. Okay.
It is a big number.
I rolled a 7 though.
Well, on the bright side, you do hit.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, you don't unfortunately get the crit, but but you do hit him, and you do your damage, which is for you 1d10 plus your dexterity mod, so 1d10 plus 6.
Ooh. I rolled a 3.
Alright, so you do deal him 9 damage as he sort of like bearing down on you with his arms wide, but he's sort of bent over in order to actually fit up here. So you're able to just sort of like, oh, his face is right in front of me, and pop, 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 and you're just sort of lightly jabbing him. But your light jabs are enough to like, well, send a demon back to hell. So you're clearly like knocking him around, jostling his mind bits a bit. And he is looking a little hurt. It is now Pascal's turn. Pascal can see Paulina is now being assaulted by 3 different people. He has lost track of Kasumi and Tatsu, but he is sort of laser focused on them, on Paulina. He is going to attempt to make his way further through the crowd in order to reach her. He rolls very
I have just lost audio. Give me a second.
entire time. I can't stop.
There we go. That was weird.
You can hear us now?
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what's
Did
going
you
on.
miss anything in particular, or
I don't know.
what's the last thing you remember?
Pow was fighting the half-orc guy.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Pow finishes bapping the half-orc guy. He's been reduced in health. It then went to Pascal, who is sort of moving like an icebreaker through the crowd. He picks up a pair of people that maneuvered in front of him and just smashed them together before letting them drop to the side as he continues plowing forward to get over to Pow in order to assist her.
Nice.
It is now the soldier's turn.
All right. All three of them are gonna keep trying to go for Pow.
Those jerks.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Okay.
All right. It's a D20 plus 13, or
Mm-hmm.
okay. Let's see here. Nope.
Just a little lady. Why are you being so mean?
That's just how they roll.
Man, not again.
The half-orc comes at you again.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's a big
half-orc
boy.
comes at you again. His two buds are just sort of on the side, not really doing very much. But this half-orc has your number as Tombstone. If you could do 1d6 plus 3 damage.
Yes. Come on, big money. Hell yeah.
Oh.
I hit you right in the snout this time.
Yeah, Pow, you catch a good one from the half-orc guy.
What number do you have me sitting at? I didn't catch who got damaged.
You're at
couple turns
23.
ago. I'm at 23? What happened?
This half-orc guy has punched you twice.
Yeah, I just punched you.
Oh, I'm at 23 now after
Yeah.
this? Oh, thank
Mhm.
God. Okay, yeah. That makes way more sense.
So yeah, Pow, you've actually, you're used to dealing things in a little bit more of a controlled environment,
Yes. Wow.
without being swarmed and without quite so many distractions, having to duck every 10 seconds from a flying bottle. And yeah, this half-orc guy is like kind of got your number
Really?
today.
Really, what it is I'm not used to having to hold back because I
That's
mean
true.
I
No.
am built for fighting many people at once, but
Yeah, no,
know.
that is a good
I don't
is a
wanna-
good point.
I
At
don't
any
wanna break
moment,
bones.
you could just
You don't
annihilate
want to
this guy.
explode this guy's head.
no,
yeah, you
no.
don't want to turn into a smear on the wall, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to be sporting about it.
Yeah, and this guy knew how lucky he is at your restraint. He would likely not be trying to go so gung-ho at you, but he is unfortunately quite ignorant, and as a result has landed a couple of good lucky hits on you.
I hope you're grateful that this is a friendly fight.
All right, now the lead lady.
All right. She's gonna try to improvise a weapon again.
Okay, who's she trying to hit though?
Kasumi again.
Okay, Kasumi has sort of fallen back into the crowd, but she does eventually pick her out. She's, blue. And yes, she can attempt a perception check to try and.
All right. What's the roll again? 3
1d8, 1d20 plus 8.
plus 8. Okay. Let's see how I do this time. How'd I do?
She doesn't see anything. Again, it's like
Damn
she actually sees a bottle, but just as she's grabbing it, someone else snatches it and uses it to hit somebody else in the crowd. And so her efforts to improvise a weapon are frustrated once again. However, she is able to sort of force her way through the crowd as she's doing so to get up to Kasumi to try and punch her.
I'm gonna try to elbow drop her.
Okay,
All right. D20 plus 15.
15.
All right. Okay? I think I hit her
That
touch
hit,
AC this
yeah.
time.
That hit.
Yep.
All right. What do I roll? At 1d6.
1d6 plus 3. Yes.
All right. Let me try to dig into her. Ah!
Okay, Kasumi, you take a pretty good hit from this.
I punch her in the
this angry
ribs.
lady.
Hang on. How
Um,
much? So I think 6. Okay. So
Yep.
41.
You should be on 35.
Yeah, 35.
Um,
Typing in here.
as this angry lady does manage to catch up to you and give you a good punch. You sort of maneuver to roll with it, but as you roll with it, you sort of roll into another person, and it sort of stops you from really getting the blow. And you can tell, sort of as well as Pal, that individually you are, at any moment you could annihilate everyone in here with just a sudden onrush of ice and water and fire and whatever else. But
Why would I? I'm having a blast.
yeah,
Kasumi is all for it.
you're feeling no pain except for the literal pain that you're feeling, and this is a good time. The crowd now goes. This time Tatsu did not redirect the crowd, so he will take full damage, but the crowd does. Oops. This time you guys have
Failed
mostly escaped the crowd, but you do all take 3 damage
Nice.
as the crowd does continue to fight.
Okay.
And various things bounce off of you and continue to give you frustrations. Okay, it is now Kasumi's turn again. Kasumi,
Yes.
you've set up a strike. You're set up for this person who has caught up to you. You said you wanted to improvise a weapon?
Yes, I want to. Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
You catch whatever the heck it is you want to hit her with.
Stool.
You find a stool.
I wanted to do that.
Okay, so now I'm sorry. The attack roll again is 1d20 plus my BAB.
1d20 plus 10. Nice. You hit her.
Damn.
So 1d8 minus 1.
What was the bonuses to
So you
me
got
setting up-
you actually got a plus 2 to hit.
Oh.
And setting up a strike, you get plus 2 to bonus on brawling strike, and you would threaten a critical hit on a 19 or 20.
I see. Okay.
So 1d8 minus 1 for your hit. You sort of
Unfortunate.
swing it and just like catch her nose. It's just like get.
I'm rolling decent, like on the hits, but
you put a gash on my nose.
that's fine.
I'm gonna take those noodle arms and tie them behind your back.
I'm gonna boil you like I'm gonna make you into the boiled water for our next bowl of noodles.
Whoa. Can I turn you into broth? Is that what you're saying?
It's a,
That's
well, let's not make
horrifying,
this more than it is.
Tatsu at this point is now that he's been pulled back into the brawl, he is going to attempt to redirect the crowd again, using the same effect as before, and an attempt to get them off of his back. And he succeeds. The crowd begins to turn more against the leader of the soldiers and away from Tatsu as he is given a bit of a respite. A respite.
Respite.
Respite. Rah, respite.
Paulina, it is now your turn.
Lover of the Russian quay.
Quay.
What?
I want to just fight the big man. Let me look at. I don't think there's any other option that interests me. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take a swing at this guy.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
swing away.
Yeah.
Do it. You won't.
14.
Well, you successfully hit him.
Yep.
1d10 plus 6.
10 plus Hey.
Oh.
All right,
Hey.
15 damage right in the jaw. He's not looking too good as you just like you sort of got enough had enough of this
Yeah.
guy. At
Holding
this
back
point,
just a little less, for sure.
yeah, and you stop doing the playful like jabs and just nail him once, like in the sternum, and he is like staggering back on the bar after that, just going on as gasping for breath as you just like knock it all the wind out of him.
Fire's mine now, you get down from it.
He's trying to yell back at you, but he just can't because he has no air in his lungs.
Yeah, take a moment. You'll get there.
I can do this. I can win.
At which point we come to Pascal, who is getting up to the bar now, and is sort of coming up upon the other two guys that are trying to pull at Paulina, and he's just going to try and bash one of them in the back of the head.
How dare he?
Or actually, no, excuse me. That would be most unbecoming of him. He taps one on the shoulder.
He
first,
taps
and
on
when
the
they
shoulder.
turn around.
Yeah,
Under
there
him.
you go. That's the way to do it.
And he successfully hits them. And does very poor damage, but they are taken aback and perhaps are now more interested.
Now they're
in
gonna
this
go for Pascal.
large burly man.
These two guys. Yeah.
And it is now their turn, in fact. So
All
Tim,
right.
what do they do?
Let me. Okay. First, the half orc goes for Pow. Let's see how I roll. Not well.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's not doing so hot.
And the other two, I wish there was like some kind of team attack I could do, but I don't think there is.
I mean, there's still 8 another.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Well, one's gonna try to get Pascal in place while the other tries to go for a hit.
Okay. So one is aiding another against Pascal. So roll the
Yeah.
8 another roll first. You need above a 10.
All right. What do I roll? Just,
D20 plus 13.
All right. So yeah, let's see here. Nope. Yeah, he
Oh,
tries
okay.
to
He fucks up.
tries to grapple Pascal, but then yeah.
Pascal just sort of grabs him by the face and pushes him backwards.
And then the other one tries to go for a hit on Pascal while he's doing that. Hey.
All right, that hits Pascal.
Yeah.
1d6 plus 3.
All right. Let's give him a swing.
All right. Yeah, he sort of lands a good shot into Pascal's chest and sends him a step back for a second. Which immediately afterwards, the step back is rapidly reversed.
All
As now the soldier
show,
realizes-
no real brawn.
He says, until he's staring up at a really genuinely angry looking Aneban. Who is, as it turns out, kind of real brawn. It's there. And we'll go for the leader now in her ongoing struggle with Kasumi. This remains
Yeah.
you two.
Oh yes. Okay. I'm going to try to make the perception check attempt once again. One last time.
Okay. D20 plus 8. You find something.
All right.
Finally.
Finally,
her hands alight
a big
upon
bottle, massive
on a
bottle,
big bottle,
massive glass bottle. It's like
the
that.
biggest bottle.
Yeah.
It's not even used for drinking. This is a chemistry bottle. It's used
Yeah.
for denaturing chemicals.
Yep.
So yeah, bash Kasumi in the face in it with it.
All right. Let me.
Take a swing.
All right. D20 plus 15. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Fortunately, she did not set up a strike
Yeah.
for
If I
this.
set up
so
a
I
strike,
not
that would have been a
expect
crit. Yeah.
that.
If only.
But she does bash Kasumi with this bottle. D8 plus 3.
All right. Kablam.
Okay. Ooh.
Cracker on the side of the
Kasumi,
head.
hey. Yeah. The bottle breaks, and Kasumi, you are taken out of the fun of this moment a bit by the sudden impact of a bottle onto your head, as you realize that, oh, actually, I could potentially get hurt here. As the games continue, the crowd, meanwhile, is actually more directed towards the lady soldier, the lead soldier again, and they are going to do 8 damage to everyone, including themselves. So Paulina, you actually during this crowd round, you catch like a bottle in the stomach.
Aw.
And you, as sort of realizing and reeling from that, you're not doing too hot.
No, was
You're-
that 8
you're-
damage you just took?
Yeah, you're on
Yikes.
12 at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
I'm on 16.
Kasumi, you're also being pretty battered on 16.
How's the big lady looking? She's also been taking damage.
Well, actually, I'll get to her. Tatsu's on 31. Pascal's actually on 30. She takes 12
Oof.
because of Tatsu, who has, through this, essentially done the most damage to her out of anybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's definitely feeling it, but she also is feeling that she has the advantage at this point. However, your big half-orc friend, Paulina,
No.
catches a mug in the side of the head and just goes flying off the
No.
off the bar, unconscious, down. The person that Pascal punched is not looking too good either, and the last person, the last soldier, that's actually not too bad. This is not bad. Kasumi, it's your turn.
Okay, so Kasumi is like, damn, that kind of hurt. What other? So I know I can improvise. I know I can sneak, try to slip off, and I can redirect the crowd. What else can I do?
You can attempt to punch the crowd itself, which is a mix-it-up action. You can hunker down, which will increase your AC against attacks and will prevent the crowd from doing you any damage. And you can attempt to spread rumors, which is a bluff or knowledge local check, which gets the crowd to hurt itself.
Oh, I don't have bluff or knowledge local. And the lady, yes, she has the advantage, but does she look kind of like woozy at all? Like, does it feel close-ish?
She looks like she is still ready for a bit more.
Okay. Redirecting the crowd, is that diplomacy?
Redirecting the crowd is bluff or intimidate.
Oh. Now, what if both Tatsu and I redirect the crowd at her?
The bonus damage from the crowd gets higher. It will go from 1.5 to 2.
19. Goddamn.
Oof, that's
That
not a
was
good
me.
roll.
Yeah.
That unfortunately is not a successful redirection attempt. As you attempt to
She
frighten
scowls
away
at
the
you.
people, but right now you're a little too drunk to get off your
Can't
real
fight me like a real woman.
angry
Mono
Kasumi
woman.
look. And yeah, unfortunately, she continues to bear down on her. Tatsu, however, has been fairly successful with this, and he is going to keep trying to go at it as he attempts to make another bluff check, and he succeeds.
Nice.
So once again, she will be taking 1.5 times damage from the crowd, and he will take half.
Wow.
Paulina, it is your turn.
Goodness gracious.
You are currently up on the bar. You think you got a bit of a nosebleed, and
Oh, man.
your significant other is beneath you at the bar, brawling with 2 soldiers, and there's a whole lot of crowd around you, in front of you, just throughout the entire tavern.
Man. Oh, boy. Let's see. How does improvise a weapon? Man, I don't know. Maybe I'll just help out Kasumi by jumping down off the bar at
Flying kick into the lead soldier.
yeah, a little bit.
Do it.
Ooh, okay.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you definitely hit. With an 11 plus
Did we
20,
say
so that's like a
22 or
32.
3 or something?
So yeah, you flying kick right into her. You do 1d10 plus 6. 13 damage right in the back of her. So yeah, you do flying kick right into her back, and she is sent reeling forward. Kasumi, you actually have to get out of
Damn.
the way as she sort of falls into the crowd. She's now on 10 HP.
Holy.
As suddenly she has gone from ready for a bit more to like, oh! She is
I
clutching
cheer.
her back where Paulina hit her. Pau, you land in like a perfect fighting pose before it's sort of getting jostled around and unable to really quite hold it.
Yep.
You look really cool for like a half
For like
a
a-
moment.
Yeah, but I'm kind of getting a little bit bruised here, so yeah, I can't quite keep it up.
At which
jostled
point-
around.
Pascal, who was just like made his way across the entire tavern trying to get to Paulina, sees him fly over her head elsewhere, and he's just like, oh fuck, damn, go away! As he tries to continue punching these 2 soldiers. Okay, that definitely hits.
Oof.
And oh, yeah, Pascal at telling this soldier to go away makes him go away as he just falls back and throws his fist, powered by
Damn.
all of that uneven buffness, powers it right into the guy's nose, and you're not really close enough to hear it, but anyone who's nearby does hear it just go as the guy just flies backwards, blood
Holy.
spraying out of his crushed nose, as he is now unconscious. And is now the last soldier who is up's turn.
All right. He's gonna. How's he doing, Sals?
He is on about half health. He is he's still up for a few more rounds with this big uneven, but he did just see his friend get his nose crushed by, as mentioned, this big uneven.
Yeah.
Like Pascal's
So-
really big,
Yeah, after
guy.
considering how
large
damaged
man.
he is, and what he just saw, he's just gonna excuse himself. Try to anyway.
Okay, yeah, no, he absolutely can. He just puts his hands up and just goes, you know what? Maybe this wasn't. You have a good night, and so backs up and goes into one of the bathrooms, and he's actually out permanently.
Okay. All right. I thought I had to make a check to do that, but.
Nope.
All right.
No, you can just withdraw from a bar fight.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah. All right. But now
Now it's the leader.
the woman. She isn't out yet though.
No, she is not, and she is mad.
Yeah,
she's
she's
also
mad.
injured. She's not feeling too
Yeah.
good.
She's gonna
But,
She's gonna look for something she can grab as she gets up off the floor again.
Okay.
I really like grabbing things and hitting people with them.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Roll a d20 plus 8. She is so close. Once again, she sees
No.
the same bottle as before. And she goes, aha, a second chance. And as she grabs it, a foot just kicks it out of the way and goes sliding across the
Fuck.
floor.
All right. I just tried to go for the uppercut on Kasumi.
Alright.
Damn, on Kasumi, not on Pao, who just like drop kicked her.
Yeah, I gotta finish this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think that hits Kasumi.
It
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
1d6 plus 3, right?
Yep.
Alright. Kablam!
All
All right.
right.
8.
Yeah. Kasumi is on 8. Single digits.
Alright, I gotta
Kasumi,
hope.
you get punched right in the stomach.
Yeah, I spring up from the floor and hit you right in the stomach. It's brutal.
Okay, and at this point, the crowd will go.
Here's hoping the crowd knocks both of us out.
Oof. Yeah, so that is to everybody. So, Pao, you are now on 6 as the crowd joggles you around. Kasumi, you are on 2. Pascal is on 24. Tatsu is on, he takes half, so he's actually on 28.
Oh, she's out then, isn't she?
She takes 9 damage.
Ow.
She is on 1 HP.
Oh.
Or
Holy-
1 tenacity. As she goes, I can still.
I still
Fight.
got this.
Oh.
Time for the slow motion
kick
punch.
your ass, you Sarugan assholes. All 8 of you. Kasumi, is your
all
turn.
8 of you
Right.
blue-skinned bitches.
Wow, wow. All right, yeah, improvising a weapon. I failed.
Aha.
Okay.
Can I still attack?
You see
Yes.
that bottle? You also see that bottle reach for it? It also gets kicked out of the way.
It would have been funny if she
Damn.
got that same
You still
bottle
can
and
attack.
actually used it. Hey!
Fucking, okay, I missed.
Come on.
Kasumi,
I gotta finish
you're
this.
sort of like drunkenly swinging at this point. You're sort of flailing. You're just as beat up as she is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you can't connect with her. She's just sort of like your vision is swimming, and you keep getting bumped into, so you're unable to make a good hit. Tatsu is going to spring up from where he is. He's going to see what's still happening and sees the two of you sort of like squared up against each other, just sort of wobbly, and he is going to attempt to improvise a weapon.
Hell yeah. That's my husband.
The bottle!
I am not joking you in that the DC for this was 24.
Hell yeah.
This is the
Give
bottle.
her the
The
chair.
two 23s that she was rolling to grab the bottle and gets knocked out of her hand at the last second were one off.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tatsu just like sees a mug and he just grabs it from across the room and just hucks it at this lady.
Come on, roll one.
I mean,
Tombstone wants to beat the shit out of you guys.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna do
Alright,
it. I'm
that's-
gonna beat Kasumi. No. Wait, what's my touch AC?
The leader's touch AC is 13.
No.
Hey, that hit. All right, Tati, give her the business.
I mean, it's
There's
one damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so-
1 damage, so there's literally no way unless he has a negative strength modifier.
Ooh!
nice,
no.
dude.
I die.
Clonk! It just hits her neatly right in the back of the head. Just
Blood
bonk.
starts
Bounces
gushing
off.
out from my head.
No. She stands there, her eyes like sort of wobbly, a little unfocused as she sort of tries to reconcile that to everything else, and then her eyes just sort of cross and she falls forward onto the floor. At which point, a whole bunch of soldiers, actually armed and armored rather than in relaxation and at ease, bust open the doors, and the bar fight is very, very quickly put an end to.
Boy.
As and we will deal with the aftermath
Oh man.
next session.
Sals, can we do one more thing?
But
With Sada and Batfire.
sure,
First, though, I need to stop this tavern ball music.
we will assume that Batbear was also given
Yes.
overland flight.
Yes, I assume. All right.
Princess, you
So-
need the. You need my counsel.
No, I want to go see Greta, actually. Is she back at the Temple Polonius?
Oh, I don't know.
I
I mean, we
mean,
can
I
go check.
fly there, yeah.
We should do- Oh yeah, we can fly. Woo!
Yeah.
Look
Oh,
at me
nice.
go! I still don't know why I talk in this accent. And yeah, you fly over to the Temple of Polonius, fly up the steps, and actually, as you get in, evening services are just getting out, and a number of very pleased people are sort of meandering out of the temple. And yes, you see Greta. She is currently lounging atop the sort of, well, lounge-like altar of Polonius at the back of the temple,
I float over.
which Baradun is currently sitting next to. And they seem to be just sort of chilling out there as you float in.
Hey.
And oh, what an honor to have the daimyo of Tsurugu enter into our house. Welcome, Sada.
The Archon gave me a flight spell, so I'm making use of it. But hey,
Very good. I had wondered how you had managed that, but I thought it was just some sort of magic item.
yeah. I was wondering, do you
You're
have
looking well today.
I was wondering, do you have sending prepared?
Sending, yes.
I was wondering if you could contact Vriskin and warn him of what's coming. I doubt Krithlamar can send any help, but I want him to know just in case things go wrong, so he can prepare.
Do we know how long we have?
Only that's something else I found out with the Archon's help. He was able to scry on them. We know they're only a couple days out, unfortunately now.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're on
Yes,
they're
I
on
will do
the
that
coast of
immediately.
Kesh right now, like right past Ryoko or so.
I will do that immediately.
All right.
And,
Yeah.
um,
Because I imagine he
is there
knows
any-
of their existence by now, and I don't know if he'll go to bother if the Shogun's forces will actually go down the Krithlamar to bother him, but I don't want to risk it. So I figure they should know what's coming just in case if things do go wrong. But I hope
if
they
anything,
don't.
They can seal themselves off.
Yeah.
Yes, I will alert them immediately.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Not that I can think of.
Well,
If you
let
have
me
any
know
if you have any good
can.
ideas, feel free to tell me.
I-
No.
I will do my best
All right.
to think of any, but be honest, war planning is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
but anything that I can do, I will.
All right. Thank you,
And
Greta.
of course, the resources of this temple at your disposal in the coming conflict. All of them.
All right.
And she pats Bowdun on his beach ball sized bicep.
All right. And now I'm gonna go enjoy this flight before it wears off.
Okay,
Instead
you
of
fly around
zips
for a
off.
few hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Eventually, you do get tired and have to go to sleep. But once you do, you land, sort of sleep. You sit upon your bed and you think, this was a productive day. I'm sure my friends are. I hope my friends are having just as fun a time.
Oh man, I can't wait to find out what
And
happens with Akio.
meanwhile, with Akio screaming. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope you guys enjoyed the bar fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so
um,
close.
Boy.
Real quick, Sal, are we? Is there going to be any post bar fight role play?
There might be at the beginning of the next session, but it mostly will just be the aftermath.
Are there going to
Okay.
be consequences for our
No.
actions? Oh man.
There's not going to be any consequences. I mean, again, they started it. I bought them beer.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
But,
See how that goes
Sure.
over.
I no, if it's not going to be anything long, I do want to stress that Kasumi would probably like, I don't know, find diplomacy some way into having them all sit in a tub or like a big spring with her, and then they all just get healed. Because it was a bar fight. They're blowing off steam. They're getting sent to war out of nowhere. Like they don't necessarily want that. I understand.
Right. Well, that may be something we can resolve next
Yes.
session. And it may
Yeah.
indeed be useful for your compatriots as well to relax in a big hot tub with healing water. Because everybody's sort of got knocked around that fight.
Yeah.
Which is something I like about the bar fight rules. The fact that the crowd is dealing you damage every round does
Yeah.
sort of
That's
put a
neat.
timer on it. You
Yeah.
can't just be invincible unless
Yeah.
unless you are an invulnerable rager brawler, in which case you have a whole lot of damage resistance to it.
Yeah.
In which case you can just sort of stand there and get wailed on and not care. But now you are, so I don't have to worry about that. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I definitely
Yes,
enjoyed
I
it.
did. It was fun.
And apparently, I did not realize this going into it, but after doing the numbers, Pascal is really good at bar fights. Who knew?
Hell yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
is Tatsu. He just like directs the crowd.
Yeah, Tatsu was getting really good rolls also.
Yeah.
He had about a 50-50 chance of doing that every time he rolled, and he nailed it every time. That's the thing is with Tatsu, that's basically the only thing he can do but with Pascal it's just like he's just a big. It turns out being a big beefy boy is helpful when you're in a beat each other up contest. Anyway, I hope you all have a good week, a good
Yes,
night,
you too.
and I will try to get a nice little summary of tonight's session up on the wiki and perhaps the Discord as well tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
Until next time.
Hmm.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye-bye.